dude. Alright, what's up, y'all? We are back with another POV photography shoot. Finally, it's been forever. I haven't shot a landscape video since like February. It's been literally like 4 months. I'm really excited to get out here, back at the Angeles National Forest as always, because I don't know, mountains are underrated for landscape photography. So that's what we're gonna be shooting today in this video. So stay tuned, and we'll be shooting some POV landscape photography. What's up, guys? It is the Project Photography back into the video, and today, people, we were supposed to be shooting landscape photography POV for you guys here in Los Angeles National Forest, but the problem is the place that I wanted to go, which was way up and kind of on the top of the mountain, is blocked off, closed. So we're gonna have to find a different alternative place to actually go and shoot. So what we were doing is drive around the mountain for a bit. We have around 2 hours until the sun actually sets, so we gave ourselves a little bit of time to actually go find something. But that's the goal. Let's find a good place, start shooting with some landscape photography. I have my Nikon Z6 with my 14-30, and Drake over here, who's holding the camera, has a T4 with a 10-24 and all that good stuff. So we should hopefully find a good place and start shooting. But until then, we're gonna drive around and see what's up. So hopefully we find a place soon. Alright, y'all, so we just found our area. It's in this like ravine sort of place. This used to be like all water, but now it's not because, you know, global warming and stuff, and it's kind of sad to see. But I think this is gonna be a pretty nice area. The only problem is, I'm pretty sure you can't see this, but there's that like, there's some lines over there with some like ball looking things on it, which is weird. But if we can get past that, I think it'd be really nice, because I think the ravine kind of opens up so we can get some good landscapes. So yeah, by the time we get over there, you'll have some POV landscape photography. So let's get right to shooting and jump right into it. What's up, y'all? We are now behind the scenes, behind the camera. It's been a while since I've done one of these POV shoots. So pretty much today we're in the Los Angeles National Forest, like I said before. And I'm going to be going over like what I'm thinking about and the shots that I take on this actual shoot. So this first shot that I take, my whole goal is to kind of get that mountain in the background being the main subject, and these kind of leading lines with the cracks kind of moving forward, or not the cracks necessarily, but this kind of cliff edge little sand thing right here. But the main problem I have is that the lighting isn't necessarily the best, and as you can see with the edited version, you know, it was kind of harder to edit, mainly because that light in the back wasn't necessarily what I thought it was going to be. It's very blue cast. It's just really hard to work with the colors, so I made the best I could do here. But overall, the composition was not too bad. I actually liked it a lot. It's just those colors didn't necessarily pop and look the way I wanted to. And that's kind of a theme going forward, you know, after this photo, that's just kind of a similar theme that we see throughout this entire video, is that the colors was okay. I mean, it was really hard to work with. And even here you can see that the highlights are just absolutely, you know, blowing everything out of proportion. Those shadows are really pushed down deep. So moving forward here, we can kind of see that, you know, it's kind of an issue going forward, and it's hard to deal with, especially when you know, you're hoping for the best light possible, shooting at the right time of day. Right here, I throw my camera in the vertical the vertical orientation, because I want to see how it would look with those lines coming up. But honestly, I think that the horizontal orientation worked much better, just because we see that, you know, a horizontal kind of movement with the mountains and stuff, and that centerpiece in the middle is kind of exaggerated a bit more when we have those other parts of the mountain on there kind of converging in the middle. So that's kind of what's going with here. With this one, I kind of want to see if I can get a nice foreground element, just kind of blowing out the background just a little bit with these flowers. I don't think it really works, mainly because those flowers just aren't really, you know, they don't really stand out very much. So in a scene like this, it doesn't really make too much sense to try and get those flowers to be pushing out more. If the flowers are a little more condensed and denser, then I think it would work. But right here, I don't really think those flowers really do justice. So keep moving on here. Where I wanted to go was, I know there's this little like stream part if we keep on moving down, and that's what I'm really trying to get to, because you know that's where all the magic is going to be happening. We can get that nice water flowing. But like I said earlier, the light's going to be kind of an issue just because nothing really stands out. There's no soft, cool colors. A lot of the light is just not how you want it to be in a landscape like this. So here I throw on my ND filter just to see what kind of movement or smoothing out the movement I can get in the water. So this is kind of the general idea that I'm going for. Getting that nice subject in the background with the water flowing. Overall, honestly, it's not a bad photo. It's just, again, that light is just not as nice as you want it to be. So this is a general idea as to what I want with the actual photos. So if we keep moving on, you can see the next photo that I take. And here I take another exposure. And this is actually a photo that I decide to edit right about now. That's the edited version, and you can tell that, you know, it's really hard to get the light exactly how you want it. I honestly, it's not bad. The previous edits I did before, it was definitely not the prettiest, but I think with this one it definitely works. It's a little more subtle, not too flashy. I like it overall. It's not too bad, but again, I really wish those colors were nicer. It's a little toned down when it comes to colors, but you know, there's nothing I can really do too much about that. So we go ahead and keep on moving on here. As you can see, that's kind of the idea that I want. We're going to go to the vertical orientation just to see, you know, how I can get some of those foreground elements in there with that main subject in the background. Go ahead and take another photo here. And this is, I kind of wanted to try something a little bit different than what I'm going to do later on in the video. In a sense that try to get that, show that stream moving forward. But the main problem with this is that we're not really getting a dominant subject in the background. So I don't really works for that specific reason. But again, that idea of having the water flow through and getting that in the vertical orientation does make sense. It's just there's not the right subject matter in the background. That's really what's holding this photo back, I feel like. So keep moving on here. Like I said earlier, you know, when you're shooting these type of scenes with the water and the flowing of it, you really want to make sure you have a prominent subject in the background. And right here, I kind of figure that out. And as you can see right here, we have a decent subject in the background right there in the middle. I know it's not the biggest subject in the scene, but when you look at the photo, that's definitely a subject that stands out. And we're getting that exaggeration of the foreground with the water and the little rocks right here. So I like this idea of an image, but again, that light is really not doing me any justice here. And again, this is all photos with my Nikon Z6 with a 14-30 on it. Great combo, love to use it. And then you're going to see right here that I'm actually going to be switching from my Z6 down to my Nikon Z50, so I can try to see if I can get a bit of isolating some of those mountain areas right here. So we go ahead and flip that into the vertical orientation, drop that aperture down, and we shoot a photo here. I don't edit any of the Nikon Z50 photos. It's just the colors, you can kind of see that it's just everything's pretty much blown out. There's no real color that stands out, and the subject matter it's hard to capture. So the photos with the Z50 aren't really as usable as I want them to be. We'll go ahead and flip this back into horizontal and shoot one here. Again, same kind of problem as last time, and I have a photo like this already that's kind of similar back on my Hawaii trip. But again, I mean, the subject is very good, the composition is okay, but it's those colors that really make this photo kind of hard to edit. So I stay a bit away from the Nikon Z50 photos. I mean, they're not bad, it's just I feel like I could do better, you know. There's just photos that could be better. Like this, you see, again, not bad, it's just those colors. It's hard to get the good photos without good colors. So yeah, that's the main issue pretty much this entire shoot. I'm not sure what the reason was, but probably the area that I was in, something like that. My friend Drake on the other side is actually getting some pretty decent photos that he showed me later. So, you know, good for him. Anyways, we're gonna go back onto the tripod with my Nikon Z6 and my 14-30 because, you know, I feel like this is where I'm getting most of the good shots at. I'm getting those better compositions, more thought out as well. Right here, I'm just trying out different subjects with the rocks and how I'm gonna play that into the background. The hard part is that focus stacking with the water moving is kind of hard just because you're gonna get a lot of ghosting. So with me, especially with these photos, I'm gonna be shooting a lot of f/13 just to try to get as much of the foreground in focus as possible. Obviously, it's not gonna be perfect, but you know, it's better than nothing. So right here, I switch out my ND filters, trying a 3-stop, I believe. And just see what I can get. Or actually, you know, this is without an ND filter. So this photo right here, I go ahead and edit. I'm kind of bringing up the shadows a lot, making sure that we see a bit more detail in these shadows. Still retain that the highlight detail as well. There's not really much in the highlights anyway, so if we blow it out, it's all right. But you know, we're just trying to pop the certain colors that we want, make it look a little more, you know, expressive. I want to say. But again, like that color is really hard to work with. I think I've edited this photo maybe 3 or 4 times. So, you know, getting the right edit down with these kind of colors is definitely not easy. But this is one of the photos I really like. Pretty much throughout the rest of this video, it's me trying to get the same composition, you know, trying out different things, seeing what works. But ultimately, that last photo was what I wanted and what I got. So anyways, this is a photo that I took earlier. I really like this one actually, even though it's not during blue hour. I think it's a nice composition. We have a great subject in the background with those mountains. The clouds moving definitely gives it a nice dynamic feel to it. And I really like this road actually, and how the lines lead up to it, and like just seeing that sharpness, that level of detail in that foreground element is really nice, and I really like this photo a lot. I actually shot this one as an HDR photo, just FYI, and it came out pretty well. So the next photo I really like, you know, we talked about this one earlier. I really like this one a lot as well. This one and the next one are kind of the main ones from that actual POV side that you guys saw. I really like these ones. I feel like they represent the atmosphere very well. Again, just those colors were hard to get down. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much end for the POV part of this video. Let me know what you guys thought was your favorite photo in the comment section down below, and let's get right back to the video. Okay, guys, so we just finished our shoot. We are back at his place, because it clearly does not look like mine. But we are done with our shoot. I think I got some pretty decent shots. You guys saw them in the video. Drake, how do you think your shots came out?
I think I got a few decent shots for once.
For once.
I don't shoot landscapes that often.
Yeah, he's normally a portrait street shooter, but I clearly shoot landscapes, so it was a bit of a different feel. But, you know, for what we had and the situation that we were in, I think we made it work because the places that we want to go were cut off, and we had to really improvise and find just different place to go shoot, and I think it worked. I think the photos came out pretty well. It's up for you guys to decide. But that's pretty much it for me, guys. Do you have anything to say? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop that like. I am so excited that summer's around the corner and I can actually like do stuff from now on.
We can do stuff from now on.
We can do yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot of this guy.
We can do stuff from now on.
Joshua Tree is definitely up there. Idlewild. I mean, there's a lot of the stuff that we really want to do. So look forward to that.
Oregon.
Maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna get working on those great, awesome POV shoots for you. Those are my favorite ones to do. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.